Hey everybody, and welcome to the Just Okay podcast with Whitney Ledesma.
Hello, hello, hello. It has been a minute, but that's because I haven't been podcasting regularly. Yeah. So it's really been the regular sporadic schedule, if you will. I'm Brittany Ledesma. Welcome to the Just Okay podcast. If you're here, thank you. This is a safe space to an extent. Yeah. You can't see it, but my table is cluttered in front of me. I have everything you could imagine, just like scissors for some reason. Pen, it's a lot. And that's just because I have OCD diagnosed. So I just want to clean it. And it's going to keep bugging me, but that's okay. Because this is going to be like 30 minutes. It is June 8th. I don't know why I always say the date. It is June 8th. It is 6:38 p.m. I don't have a spot till midnight tonight. And I am menstruating. I'm hormonal. Just got back from Texas. Every time I'm in Texas, I trick myself into wanting to move home. Then I land back in New York and I'm like, I love it here. I never want to leave. I think it's just the simplicity of living in Texas is very appealing. I started talking to someone in Texas too, so that's not helping my case of wanting to stay in New York. But I would love it if a miracle happened and he was like, I want to move to New York. I'd be like, okay. But I'm a crazy person and that's an insane thought. Yes, I went to Texas and I had a lot of meat. I had meat with my meat boys. I stayed with Philip Garcia majority of the trip. And I spent like one night at my mom's. Going up to North Austin is always like fun, but it's very draining because we had dinner at my mom's house. And I was joking about how I love the conspiracy that Michelle Obama is a man and that she was killed by Joe. No, I love the conspiracy that Michelle Obama is a man and she killed Joan Rivers because Joan Rivers said that she was a man. Grace Kirk is the one that told me about the conspiracy. It is hilarious. I love it. Favorite conspiracy of all time now. I tell my mother that jokingly, and my mom looks at me dead in my eyes and is like, oh my God, you believe that too? And then she's like, I have proof. I was like, oh my God. This is the woman that birthed me. There's nothing to add on that. I just needed to share that. I've been telling everyone because I don't know how to feel. It's very goofy, but it's also like, oh my God. Got this. It used to be a candle. Now it's a cup. So I moved the mic away from my mouth because I really don't want to deal with that. I spent a lot of time traveling now. My flight to Austin, the last two times I've flown to Austin from JFK, it's been a nonstop and no one has been on the flight. So everyone has gotten their own row. But then the flight backs are all like full. Which it's not very fair. It's been the best though. Like flying to Austin has been so easy. Flying back from Austin has been miserable because the airport there also, there's only one TSA checkpoint now that you can go through if you have regular. And then I think they only do one for the clear and all that as well. So it takes longer than it used to. It went by pretty fast last time, but the time before it took like an hour and a half. And that's generally like a really easy airport to get through. I feel like they're trying to improve it and they're making it worse, but sometimes that's how it be. I'm looking at my podcast outline because I did write an outline, which I know that's not like my general way I do things, but I'm attempting. Okay, I found it. Just there's certain things I wanted to like talk about and I want to make sure I had to hit it. I saw Dylan Sullivan while I was there and he has lost so much weight. He's been doing keto. And so I was like, oh, I'll do my own version of keto. So I'm not doing keto. I'm doing 30 days of like trying to get my life together and get mentally better. Because I feel like shit and I've been eating like shit. Like, especially when I go home to Texas, I'm not eating good food. I'm eating all the food I miss and crave. So like a patty melt, I'm eating honey butter chicken biscuits, a lot of, basically the Whataburger menu, and a ton of meat. I don't mind the meat though. I love the meats. In New York, there is like a couple places I go for meat, but it's not the same, you know? I didn't have as many tacos as I would have liked while I was there. Like, there's this one place I always like order late night on Uber Eats. It's always slaps, but I do wish I would have gone to a couple of taco trucks. My favorite taco truck in Austin is called Las Trancas. It's so good. It's off of Cesar Chavez. It's amazing. But then my friend Jamar Neighbors also opened a taco truck. There are 2 locations in Austin, Sunny's Backyard and then at the Volstead, I believe. El Borracho Tacos. So check those out if y'all are in Texas. And also check out Jamar's art and comedy. I'm being annoying. And I'm talking about... I'm plugging too many things for other people. I need to be plugging stuff for myself. I am headlining in Austin, Texas on July 20th at 7 p.m. at Fallout Theater. Once I get the ticket link, I will have it for you guys. It is the first time I am headlining. It is the first time I'm doing... my goal is to do 30 minutes. I'm going to try and do more, but I'm just excited. I know I can do 30. I would like to do a little more, but I'm very excited for this opportunity. I have my more successful friends opening for me. I have Dylan featuring, Philip hosting, Heather doing a guest spot, Amy Shanker doing a spot as well. It's going to be a really good lineup and it's going to be a really fun time. Please come. Literally. Please, I need people in seats. It's going to be so embarrassing if I like just don't sell tickets. I'm like, this is my hometown, so I think I can sell tickets. I'm like cashing in on everyone. The big thing in comedy is when you start doing it, people are always like, oh, I want to come. I want to come. Then no one ever comes to a show. This is the one. This is the one that people have got to come to. There's going to be more, but this is the first one I'm doing, and I'm really excited for it. I love the room. Fallout Theater is probably one of my favorite venues. Fallout Theater and Black Rabbit kind of like have the similar like low ceiling, like New York style, like club setup, which I do really like. Black Rabbit's really beautiful. I love that room. It's a newer room in Austin. Joey Smith and Josh Cabazas own it. It's so cool. If you're in Austin, check out those places. And Sunset Strip. I need to stop plugging other people. I need to talk about me. Oh, it's Kanye's birthday today. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. Every time I see something about Kanye pop up, it just makes me sad. Like, the school he has is getting weird. He's getting sued for sexual harassment. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Apparently him and his wife are having orgies. Also, the idea of Kanye having sex really grosses me out. Like, I don't know how Kim did it for so long. That's just so gross. I also, like, think we need to stop reporting on Kanye because, like, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's also, like, unmedicated and mentally ill. You're, like, which is asshole. Like, he should be medicated. He has everything, every mental health service he is able to afford and has been offered, but he is just an asshole. But it's also like we need to stop feeding into that with the tabloids. Like, can we just let him go like quietly? Like, I don't know. I feel like he loves it too. He loves to be hated. Those people love it. Like, I saw that Trump went on Dr. Phil and I was like so excited to watch it because I thought it was gonna be funny. And then I just saw all the comments being like, people are talking about how like I don't know, I guess Dr. Phil was for Trump, but I'm like, I don't even want to watch it anymore. I was so excited to enjoy a really funny episode of Dr. Phil talking to Donald Trump, and it turns out they would took the serious, like, I don't know. I may watch it. I may watch it and talk about it later, but just from like a comedic point of view. No politics involved. I can't handle any more politics. Like, when I go home, it wears me out mentally to be around people who just like are... I'm educated to an extent, but there's certain things I just tune out. But there are important factors into politics, and I'm trying to talk around it because I hate talking about politics. I hate it with a passion. I just think we should be able to stay out of each other's lives. Women should be able to have the right access to health care. And if you do whatever you want with your fucking body, you know, that's none of the government's business. That's what I believe. And yeah, I am so bad about talking about politics. It makes me very uncomfortable. I mm, I I dated so many Republicans in my life because I think there's one thing about it is like you can have the best sex with a man who doesn't respect you. Like you will never have better sex than gross dirty sex with someone that doesn't respect you and you don't respect them. Like you will treat someone some wild ways. And yeah, like I remember like the first time I started like hooking up with people who like respected me, like when they would like try to make me come and be like, okay, this is weird, are you gay? Like it was a very big switch. I'm just playing with scissors with my hand, which isn't like, I'm gonna keep it off camera because y'all don't even know, I'm just playing with scissors. It was a really weird switch from like people who like don't care about you and they're calling you a slut versus someone that cares about you and they're calling you a slut. It's different. It hits different. But yeah. Oh, and Eminem's back. I was at Phillips and he made me watch the Eminem new music video and it was very it was funny, but it was also like he's getting old. He's getting old. Remember when Eminem got fat? I don't remember during it, but I remember finding out about it 2 years ago when I got sober. They were like, yeah, when Eminem got sober, he got fat. I was like, don't you dare wish that on me. And a little bit of that did happen because you don't have as much of an outlet, so you eat food. So yeah, I'm also cutting back on weed a little bit. I say that, but I've smoked weed all day today. Like the first thing I did was go buy weed. In New York, I personally buy weed from a drug dealer and they're not drug dealers. They're just like an independent worker, an independent king who's like selling good weed. They're shutting down all the bodegas with the weed in them in New York lately. They're like cracking down really hard on those. There aren't that many like legal dispensaries in my area, and the ones they're so overpriced, so it's easier to just get by from a dude that has like an ounce, you know? Can we just like let anyone sell weed? Like, come on. I mean, I guess everyone should get a license, but come on, make it easy. I was at a coffee shop the other day too. Like one thing that when I go home, the biggest thing that there's several things I miss in Austin. My best friend and her kids. Mainly her kids. I love her, but I love her kids a little more. I love them to death. They're the cutest little things. I never thought I would like really like being like I'm definitely auntie vibes. I'm not like a motherly instinct. I'm like teaching them how to say fuck. You know, like we're having fun. And then I miss coffee shops in Austin. New York coffee shops don't hit the same. They're not as homey, and I know that's like part of the world we're in. It's New York. Everyone's always in a rush, but there's something about a coffee shop in the South, especially Austin and like San Marcos area. Like when I was in Austin, I had a guy drive me 45 minutes to grab coffee in San Marcos. It's my favorite coffee place in the world. I love it so much. There are two favorite coffee places in the world. Joe's Cafe in San Marcos. Amazing. All around, I wouldn't change a damn thing about that place. It is perfect the way it is. It's getting a little more corporate based off of like some things that have changed on the outside and inside, but I still love that place. And incredible. They do great work. I've been going there since I was 17. I used to cut class with my high school boyfriend and have him and I take my car. I would have to drive because he was younger than me. By a year. So I felt really weird about that, honestly. Still struggle with it, but that's fine. We would take my car and go get coffee instead of go to school. Then I went there like every day for college. Then my other favorite coffee shop is Lucky Lab. And that one is in downtown Austin, San Antonio Street, West Campus area. It's incredible. The baristas there are great. They make all their pastries in-house. It's the most incredible. They do great work. I get a salami and goat cheese croissant. I think there's peach in there too. It's amazing. That was my breakfast every day for 2 years when I would walk there every day when I lived in Austin. Oh yeah, another thing I miss is my dog. When I go home, I miss my dog. He's the best fucking thing to ever happen to me. And I feel like I sometimes dog sit for people, and there was a girl who she potentially wanted me to dog sit for her. this summer. And so we met up, grabbed a coffee, and she was just real cunty. She was really, and not in like a cool cunt way, you know, it was like a rude, judgmental. She brought her dog from Austin to New York. So I was like, oh, I had to leave I felt horrible about it. But my dog deserves to have a yard. He deserves to have other dogs to play with. He wouldn't like New York. And it was a really hard decision. But I'm fortunate that I have parents that also love my dog who would take care of him during that time frame that I'm here. And this bitch was so rude about it to me. And it's like, okay, sorry, I'm not selfish like you. Also, I'm like not judging you for taking your dog here, but the fact you were judging me for leaving my dog was so hurtful. Like, what a crazy little cunty bitch. And also, she asked me to meet up with her for a coffee. We did that, and then she told me I'm actually gonna have my friends watch my dog for me. And I was like, oh, so you just wasted my time. You didn't even like buy me the fucking coffee. You were just a judgmental bitch and wasted my time. But that's how it goes with the dog sitting biz sometimes. I also am not allowed to dog sit anymore because I keep catching dog related illnesses. I had a ringworm situation for like 5 months this year. Real gross, but it's true. Yeah, no one wants to give me a ring, just ringworm. It's fine. I don't want to go that deep into the ringworm thing, but it was like hella traumatic for how long I had it, and it kept like popping up. So I got put on like actual like physical pills for it, and then the cream, like 2 different. I'm fine now, but oh my god, it sucked. That whole ringworm situation sucked. It's gone now. And then I was watching another dog before I went back to Austin, and that made me miss my dog the hardest because they were kind of similar. But after the ringworm thing, I was very hyper vigilant, and I had a banana. You know how like you'll get little gnats on banana peels? I saw a gnat fly on her, so I thought it was a flea for like a whole 3 days and flipped out. It wasn't, but yeah. So I'm not allowed dog sit anymore because I don't want to catch dog related illnesses, because that's just so much to deal with, you know. Also, like, just dealing with, like, the stairs. I live on a very high walk up, and so I'm just walking up and down stairs all day, and it sucks. So I did get, like, hit the highest, like, amount of stairs I've walked when I watch dogs. I'll do a lot of flights, so that is cool, but not in, like, a cool way. It's more like, I guess, for exercise, yay, but at what cost? You know, mentally, what cost? Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I was in Austin. One thing about 6th Street that I always find so funny is there's all these like bartenders and like bouncers trying to get people in by offering free drinks to pretty girls. And there was one that came up to Fuzzy Kilgee, Fuzzard. And Fuzzard is recently sober. And I also don't drink. And so some guy comes up to us trying to get us to drink. And then we're like, Fuzzy yells, no, we're sober. And then he's like, well, if you want to break your sobriety tonight, you should come over. First round's on me. And I'm like, the confidence, the hustle, the just lack of care for other people. You're like, no, my bar isn't popping and I need tips. When I was a younger alcoholic on 6th Street, I would totally go in, get the free shots and leave. Like, and that's the thing, they're in that business of like, it doesn't really do anything for you. Like, I just found it so funny. This guy was so ready for nothing in return to get us to relapse. It was very like, because I've told people when I've walked down 6th Street before, I was like, I'm sober. And they're like, oh, never mind, keep doing you. And then this guy was like, what if you don't want to be anymore? You know, you want to get a drink, maybe see if I look any better. But yeah, that was a goofy little time. I was also talking to my friend Mumford Davis out there because he recently also stopped drinking and doing drugs and everything. And he was talking to me because I quit doing cocaine after I stopped drinking. It's only been a little over a year now since I last did blow. And the thing is, it's because I had a problem. If I didn't have a problem, I would have been able to stop it, I feel like, easier and before. I wouldn't have been doing blow the amount I was doing it if I didn't have a problem. I had a problem, and I was trying to be like, I'm different. I'm not staying up late tweaking. I'm tweaking at 3 p.m., you motherfuckers. Like, I was doing blow alone at one point. Not like towards the end, it wasn't that crazy, but I was so aware of how it affects people because I took shrooms, did bump, and it wasn't fun. I've talked about it before, but like, I just became too conscious to continue to do it. And once you realize you're a problem, you have a problem and you keep doing it, you have so much shame. And so then you keep doing it. And I just couldn't do it because I was like, this is like just, I'm too aware about the problem. I also have family members who are heavily addicted to drugs. And so it's really like, when I see that, my biggest thing is I don't want to end up like them. I don't want to just be wasted potential, because that's what I see with these people. And that sounds really rude or whatever, but like, I have family members that are blatantly wasted potential, and it's really sad. So I just couldn't keep doing it. I also wasn't like fun. I was really gross too the other day. I was at East Austin Comedy Club, another great room in Austin. Their bathroom situation, a little gross. But I was in there and I dropped something on the floor. I was like, ew. I remember when I used to drop my blow on the floor and then pick it up and still do it. That is disgusting. That I was like, you have a problem when you're doing blow and you're a girl and you're paying for it yourself. Also, when you drop it on the bathroom floor and you're still doing a bump, girl, love yourself. I wish I could go back to like 21, 22-year-old me and be like, Brittany, you don't need the 15-minute high. I'm also like, it doesn't even hit me that much. It's like, basically, I just love feeling the secrecy of going to the bathroom to do blow. That's so fun. Being locked in a bathroom stall with your closest friends, also fun. And maybe a cute girl you don't know, also fun. It feels fun and exclusive, but it's I think it's just the hype around all of it. And then you do get like a 15-minute thing, and then it's like whatever, and then it's like, let's go to the bathroom again. It's just so stupid. Like, it doesn't do much. I like remember being I was gonna say cracked out on blow, but blowed out on blow, laying in bed watching videos about, like, I would try and convince myself to not do it anymore. And I remember one was like scientifically what blow does to you, and it's like literally depletes your dopamine every 15 minutes, so you have to keep doing it. It's like a cycle. And then also, I just like, my dog used to love licking my face and my nose, and I let him. I mean, let me tell you, when I dog sit, I let these dogs kiss me in ways their owners would not like. They would be creeped out by. To an extent, not like a crazy, just my face. I'm not gross. I'm just white, not gross. Well, half white. But yeah, like it's just not worth it. I do get a little self-conscious when I'm seeing someone though about having like issues with drugs and stuff and alcohol, because I wonder if they're like okay with that. And the thing is, if they have a problem with it, that's because they have a problem, and they're like they shouldn't have a problem with it. But it's something I'm still insecure about. And it's something I gotta work through. I don't know. There's nothing to add on that. Oh yeah, Austin was so fucking hot, and I'm like one of the only people I know that walks in Austin. But it's just funny because like when I take showers in Austin, like there's always like a water conservation thing there, but I don't know. It could, like, is it wasting water if I live in New York and I just fucking leave my shower on all day? Like, I will just shower forever in New York because I'm like, well, we probably aren't in a drought. I don't know. Oh, there's one more thing. This happened like 2 days ago. I found a new coffee shop I like in New York though. There's one with potential. I do like it. It's in Williamsburg. It's called Maya Cafe or something. Maya Coffee House maybe. But I was previously at Copper Mug before pre-gaming my coffee with coffee, and a bunch of like pollen fell on my hair. And so then I go to the other coffee shop and I'm in line, and like I tried to get it out of my hair, but it's still in there. I have a lot of hair and it was really hard to get out. This woman in line in front of me was like, hey, just so you know, like, do you have stuff on your hair? And it's like cute. It's cute. But like my allergies are acting up. I'm like, do you think this was on purpose? Like this was like a fashion statement for you? Like I was ready to like let pollen be in my hair. Like I saved it up, sprinkled it in. It's not a look, bitch. It's literally Mother Nature. Like I've tried getting it out. I don't have a comb on me. I'm like using my hair. Give me a fucking fork, I guess. Also, if it is acting up, maybe I'm gonna leave it in because now I don't like you for being annoying. That's the number one rule. I was talking, an Uber driver was telling me this. Number one rule in New York, mind your fucking business. And this bitch was not minding her business. So now, out of spite, I want to leave in this pollen because I hope to God she goes into anaphylactic shock. Does that happen with allergies, though? And I don't mean literally anaphylactic shock. I just want her to get the sniffles, frankly. But that be how it be. I'm gonna end on a little story real quick. I had the worst show I have done in a very long time. And it put me in a bad mood for about 24 hours. It was a 10 p.m. show, 3 people's birthdays. 1 birthday is a lot for a comedy show. 3, when it basically every group in the whole comedy show had a birthday, a lot. My friends tell me, well, the Mexicans in there, like the Hispanic people are really crazy. So I start with like, they told me the Mexicans were crazy in here. The one girl in the front starts chanting, build that wall, build that wall. And I was like, okay, a little racist, a little aggressive. And she's like, no, my best friend's Colombian. And I was like, that's not, do you not hear yourself? Like, or are you just that stupid? Okay. Try to ignore it. She does the build that wall chants again a few times during my set. And the last like minute of me being on stage, she spills a drink on herself, which was apparently the 3rd drink she spilled on herself throughout the whole show. Meanwhile, the Mexicans during that set, I'm like, my people are letting me down. One of them is like this gay man with no aspirations in life, which is rare. I feel like they always are ready for something. And he like kept doing adverbs or whatever, yeah, but like comedy wise, like trying to like tag at my stuff. He's like, but it's so easy. I'm like, girl, this is my time. Like it was miserable. And then the other one groped a woman's boob in the middle of my set. So 2 crowd members that were actually good crowd members had to leave because they were sexually harassed by a fucking creepy ass dude, a creepy ass Hispanic dude, which I don't like. You're making us look bad, bro. Like, don't lean into the stereotype. Like, it just pissed me off so hard. And then like, so they were kicking him out the last 3 minutes of my, like not 3 minutes, the last 2 minutes of my set. I just got the light. They start kicking this guy out. So it's like everything's going on. You can't even hear me do a joke. Then this girl, I said, oh my God, you spilled the drink on you. She's like, yeah, and you hit your sister with your car. And I was like, 1, you didn't listen to my joke. I have a joke where I talk about going to AA and how I say I took a rentable scooter down the highway 2 weekends in a row. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. It just really made me mad. And then that basically this other girl tried to one-up me by saying she hit her sister with a car. And I'm like, oh, 1, you didn't even fucking listen to my joke. You didn't listen to my joke, you inebriated bitch. I hope. Nope, I'm going to see I got myself out there. I hate how triggered I'm getting talking about it because I want to be zen. I started meditating this week. I want to be zen so bad. I'm listening to like healing like frequencies or whatever. But like this just ignited an anger in me I haven't had in a while. So I had a migraine last night. So I was so glad I like didn't do a spot last night. But yeah, I'm like so not excited to go back. And the thing was that like it accommodated, like they should have been kicked out before that, but some venues aren't like wanting to be better. No one wants to take responsibility for that job, but in Texas they do a really good job of like if someone is heckling you, it's not going like they know when to kick them out. Meanwhile, in New York, they're like, oh, they're just rowdy. And it's like, no, this isn't like no one's having fun. It's like not just like rowdy. It's like it's affecting the other people in the crowd. They're also not having fun because they're not able to get a show. They're getting these drunk idiots who are making it all about them. And it was just a shitty time. But that has been my story. This has been my episode. I love you guys. Stay safe. Have consensual sex. Bye.